How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Bit Battle. Today's game of choice is going to be Paperboy on the Master System and Genesis. Now, if you're new to this series, what I like to do is I like to compare the 8 to 16-bit versions of games, kind of go back in time a bit and see, if I played the 16-bit version but only had the 8-bit console, would it be enough to actually make me go out and buy that new system? Now, I played Paperboy on both the NES as well as the Master System. I haven't played it on the Genesis yet, but judging by the backs of both these cases, these games actually look very similar. Let's see how they compare. Okay, so the first thing I mentioned in this game, it has actually a really cool title screen. It's very bright, vibrant. It's actually very appealing. For Master System, not really surprised because that's the one thing the Master System always had was fantastic visuals. If you watched my Double Dragon video before, you could see that one looked like a million times better than the NES one, but it was like 100 times more difficult. But I'm going to start with the Monday route here. I have it set on easy, so it shouldn't be too difficult. But yeah. Okay, I pressed the wrong button so I didn't deliver the paper. So I want to say like, basically you can get points for either throwing it at their doorstep or in their mailbox. I think you can also get points also for stopping burglars and pretty much anything else like that, or anything that's basically like, negative or bad in the area. You can kind of gain a little bit of points from doing that. This game is essentially an arcade game. It's a whole point system, unlike some games which just has like a point A to B system. But this one is an arcade game. I want to say it originated from the arcades, but I am not gonna hold myself accountable for saying that. But I'm like 99% sure it did. I did play Paperboy a lot growing up, but I never had the Master System or Genesis version. All I actually had was Paperboy 2, and that was on the Super Nintendo, and I used to love playing that game. Mixture between that and Mario Paint was all I really played. This also is one of my favorite things of Paperboy as well, is the Bmx Course. I always just found this to be extremely fun. Growing up, I used to ride a lot of BMX, and that's pretty much all I did, whether it was dirt jumping, going to like skate parks or things like that. I used to have an absolute blast doing that, so it was always cool to get the reward at the end, I would say, of hitting the jumps, throwing your papers at the targets, and always having a good time doing that. So I'm going to play through Tuesday because it looks like I only have a few papers left to deliver to some subscribers. But the one thing I do remember about this game is that it progresses in difficulty so freaking quickly. It gets pretty darn hard. One thing that's really weird about this, so it's Tuesday, I think. Well, all the mailboxes say Sunday. And I just gave him a paper on Monday. Haven't made it to Sunday yet, so I'm really curious about that. I barely hit them. Okay. This game has some pretty cool sounds too. What I'm really trying to focus differently on a lot of my videos is I like to talk a lot and criticize some games or really compare the games while I'm actually playing them. I kind of want to save it to the end so I'm not repeating myself 26 times and making this video several minutes longer than it really should be. Let's go do a different route. Oh, wow. This guy's got an arm for being able to throw papers that far. I did not hit that jump, but I will accept it. I love you. That's what they're telling me up there. Alright, so I just finished the Tuesday paper. I'd be going to Wednesday. I only lost one subscriber on my last go. But I'm going to switch over to the Genesis one, so I don't make this video too long. But so far, I have had a lot of fun with this Master System one. Alright, so I'm going to start with the Genesis one right now. It looks really cool so far. Actually, it looks honestly very similar to the one on Master System. One thing I noticed differently, there is an option to change the difficulty. I'm doing Easy Street, so I can't imagine I would think that is the difficulty. But if not, that's fine. So the one thing I automatically noticed differently though is that you are set back a little bit, like the camera-wise. You're a little bit further back from the biker. And it feels like it's a lot slower too. Oh man, ooh. Didn't mean to hit that kid, but Yeah. Alright, so I've already crashed once. That is, I think I just gave them 2 papers. Oh god. Oh my lord. I'm gonna need a hearse at this point with the way this game's going. This game's already a lot harder, but I'm gonna try not to criticize it too much until the end. Oh man, I broke the window. I was trying to hit the robber because that is one thing you can do. You can hit like a lot of the enemies or bad things going on to try to stop them so you can gain some extra points. I think this game isn't timed because I'd be. Oh, there is a timer. Oh, it's for the Bmx Course. Alright, so I'm automatically doing extremely bad on this Genesis one so far. It's pretty hard. This one, it feels a lot more difficult than what the Master System one did. I'm going to finish up Tuesday if I even make it past Tuesday. And see how well I can do. I'm really surprised though because my last experiences with a lot of like comparing Master System games versus Genesis games, the Genesis games have been a lot easier, it feels like. Like mostly with Altered Beast. Golden Axe actually wasn't too bad. Bad cat. Alright, I am probably not going to make it past this one, but I'll just keep going. I'm like trying to hit them to see if I can make them stop. I don't know if I'm supposed to. I want to say I did lose all my subscribers just on this run alone. And I crashed in the same exact spot. So I want to say Paperboy has been fired. But it is the end of Tuesday, so I only owe papers to 3 different people. So I'm just going to end it at this and just do a brief review. Alright guys, so I'm going to start with the Master System one. First, visually, this game looked pretty darn good for it being an 8-bit system. Next, the audio of it was nothing really to write home about. It's simple, 8-bit sounds. Master System was never known for having great audio. And the controls of it, it's generic Paperboy, it's responsive, but it is a pretty clunky feel. You can hold right as hard as you want, but you're only going to go in that one direction or at that one angle. But replay value of this game is, I would definitely go back to play this game down the road. Now, growing up, I played Paperboy a lot, but mostly Paperboy 2 on the Super Nintendo. I didn't have much of an opportunity to really play the NES version, this Master System version, or any of the ports of Paperboy out there. Alright, now for the Genesis one. So my first opinion on this, I noticed that it was much more difficult. So for me to really enjoy it, it was okay. It wasn't as bad. But I did find myself really enjoying the Master System one a bit more. Audio-wise, they both sounded very similar. And the controls, both clunky, both, no matter which way you hold the direction, you're only going to go at that certain angle. You can only go at that top speed. But the one thing I did notice the Genesis one had to offer, which I may be wrong, is that the camera was drawn back a bit, so you had a better field of view as to what's going on around you. But you still only had that limited access to what you could see, what was going on the street, what was going on ahead of you, and on pretty much any side around you. Now, the replay value of the Genesis one, I would definitely be more prone to playing the Master System one first. It's not that I didn't like this one, it's not that I don't like a challenge, but the Master System one, I just really enjoyed it more. It was more fun. It has, I feel like with a lot of games, unless you can really hop into it and feel like you're accomplishing something, it's really hard to, for it to draw your attention and kind of pull you back to popping that cartridge in again. So overall, these games, they're pretty fun. They're Paperboy, but I would have to give it to the Master System one. With the sound pretty much being very similar, visuals, honestly, the Genesis really didn't have much more to offer than what this one did. And overall, just gameplay and replay value, I really liked the Master System between the controls and everything. It was an overall much more fun experience. It is very rewarding in the beginning because it actually wasn't too difficult to start with. You can kind of really, get into the groove of the game and kind of get a good feel for it before you are throwing a lawnmower at you, a dog, people, doing breakdancing in the sidewalks and hearses running into you. If you guys like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up in the comments field below. Let me know what your favorite version of Paperboy is. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, definitely do that so you can check out future content. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching and have a great week hunting.